Gwyneth Hughes, welcome to the University of Huddersfield.
Thank you.
I've been reading a lot about your work. You've done lots of different things, from documentaries through to films. What's your personal favourite, the one that you take most pride in?
Well, you know, my personal favourite is always the one I've just finished because it's over and I don't have to worry about it anymore. My husband says that every single one I do, I complain about that it's the hardest one that I've ever done. And I don't know if that's true or it's just that I forget, you know, like having babies, you forget how bad the last one was. I think I really like the film I wrote about Jane Austen, which is called Miss Austen Regrets, and was the story of the last couple of years of the novelist's life and about the romantic choices she made and how she lived with the upshot of that, which is to say that she was single and childless. So I really liked that. We had great performances in it and great outfits.
So how much research do you have to do for these, well, things like the Jane Austen Regrets?
I choose to do an awful lot of research because I feel safe sitting atop a mountain of books and bits of paper. So not everybody does. Lots of very famous screenwriters will just take the idea and run off and do something wonderful and imaginative with it, but I don't like doing that. I'm an old journalist and I like to do my research. I like to read all the books and think all the thoughts and try to make it as accurate as possible and then run off on an imaginative journey with it.
Well, the last thing you mentioned, the last thing that you did is The Girl, which is due to be screened later this year by the BBC. How much fun was that?
Well, that actually was a great deal of fun. I mean, normally they're not fun. My job is not fun. It's a lot of sleepless nights and hair tearing and, you know, misery and rewrites. But The Girl was a lot of fun because I was operating in Hollywood. I mean, I was in Hollywood, but not of Hollywood. So I didn't have Hollywood amounts of earache and weirdness. I just got to go to Los Angeles, interview Tippi Hedren at length several times, interview surviving members of Alfred Hitchcock's film crew, and watch all the films again, and read all the biographies, and then sit down and write my account of this really troubling and strange, intense relationship that broke both their hearts and arguably ruined both their careers. So, and the film itself, the script itself was a joy to write. I had a wonderful director, we had a fantastic cast, we shot it in South Africa in the sun in December. What's not to like? No, it was a lot of fun. It was really good. I hope it's as enjoyable for the audience as it was for us to make.
What was it like meeting what is a star, really, as big as Tippi Hedren? You know, it must have been. Could she recall it all? Was it all plain as day? Or?
She had quite good recall of it. It's a very long time ago, half a century, and Tippi's in her 80s now and as sharp as a tack. But obviously, inevitably, some of it she can't remember. But that's good. If she remembered it all, I wouldn't have anywhere. I would have no freedom. So what she remembered, I put in the film, and what she didn't remember, between us, we worked on versions of that she was happy with and thought, you know, would work. Meeting Tippi, yeah, she's an amazing character. She's still slim and elegant and beautiful, and she's still got these fantastic smoky green eyes, the most unusual colour that Alfred Hitchcock originally fell in love with. And she now runs a big cat sanctuary. She looks after abandoned big cats. She has Michael Jackson's cats in this mad sanctuary, this zoo on the top of a mountain in California. And so the first thing I did when I got there the first time was get my producer to take my photograph with me and my movie star and my tiger. That's a 3-shot. No, she was great. That was really good.
Did you meet Sienna Miller?
Yes, I met Sienna Miller. And she's, well, the main thing to say about Sienna Miller, two main things to say about Sienna Miller. One, she's terrific in this film. I mean, she just acts her socks off. I'm so proud of her performance. And number two is that Tippi Hedren adored her. They met, and Tippi adored her and thought she was perfect, which for someone as fussy and, you know, as Tippi is, that's just brilliant. Took a huge weight off our mind, because as you can imagine, working on true stories, I've always got to please the audience. I've always got to please, you know, the BBC or whoever else has employed me. I've got to please myself. In a true story where the people are still alive, we've really got to get it past them as well. And Tippi, you know, this thing broke her heart, ruined her film career, and has cast a long shadow over her entire life. So I really needed to get it right, to make it feel for her at the age of 82 that she can watch this film and feel that her life story has been told correctly. And, you know, thank God she does support it.
Are you allowed to say what you're working on next?
I'm currently writing a ghost story set in Scarborough, a very ghostly place, I think. And I'm also doing a film, about to start a film about belly dancing in England, English belly dancers. So those are the two current things.
So you'll be researching the belly dancing then?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's really good fun.
The University of Huddersfield, inspiring tomorrow.